Let's bring that back. Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me. It's a show about swear words, and they don't even talk about fuck. They don't, huh? They don't even mention fuck. They never bring the history.
We're not recording yet.
Into that. No.
Now we are.
I'm not doing it again. I'm not saying it's not again.
You'll say it 50 times before we record. We're not.
Yeah. No. I can only go so far. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. There you go. Motherfucker.
Some of those who burnt. No, I'm not going to do the whole fucking song. All right. Welcome to the B-Movie Battle. Let's do a theme song, shall we?
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the B-Movie Battle sanctioned by the government of Wonderland. Swear words of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the show. All other swear words are restricted. Wonderland officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the show and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 1 continuous hour. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the review concludes. Blessed be our Wonderland leaders in America, a nation reborn. B-Movie Battle is now in effect.
Welcome to B-Movie Battle, episode 74. Nic Cage Cast 51, a history of swear words. There's no A. I have it on the poster right here. There's no A in there. I realized that after I did it. From 2021, a 6-episode Netflix series, inexplicably hosted by Nic Cage. I'm Phoenix West.
Dickhead.
What is this? Why is this?
A waste of time.
How is this?
Thankfully, every episode is like not even 25 minutes long. So it's like it feels like a VH1 show. Remember in the aughts, in like the early 2000s, they did a bunch of shows where the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and they would talk about the events of pop culture and this and that. There's only comedians and like reality stars and just people you don't usually give a shit what they think or have to say.
And then Michael Ian Black for some reason.
Yeah, and some random D-grade celebrity would host it. In this case, it's Nic Cage hosting. It's the same fucking thing. That's what this is.
I forgot to wear my Nic Cage shirt today.
You're wearing a Ghostbuster shirt.
I'm so behind. Like I didn't have my rankings. I don't have a closing credits. We're just not gonna have one because
that's fine. This doesn't deserve it. It's not like I think we're gonna barely talk about this episode for 20 minutes. I mean, honestly, you can't. We're not gonna make the hour according to that intro, which I just realized it was an hour of lawlessness. So what happens on the nights when we go over an hour? Do we get murdered and we go to prison?
No, maybe.
But we're ranking it. We're over 10 ranking on the Loitering in Wonderland World. So I guess we'd be fine no matter what.
We're fine, yeah.
Yes, the peasants that pay for
the purge.
Yeah, the plebes. They're the ones that get fucked. They're the ones that are going to die in the street, bleeding and crying. Okay, I feel better about that now.
Yeah, we're not going to go an hour for sure.
Oh God.
I have so many questions. None of them matter, and none of them I care if they're answered.
I think there are more questions than answers with this show. It really is.
I laughed
twice. Yeah, me too.
I laughed. I could pull up a clip of the exact moment I laughed. It was during the Dick episode, and it was. Well, I guess set up what the series is. Because it is a series.
Yes.
And not doing cunt in the first season makes me think they were hoping for season 2.
Yeah. Well, and fuck. There's no fuck in this season.
They do fuck.
Do they do fuck?
Yeah, it's the first episode.
No, shit is the first episode.
No, shit's the second episode.
Is it?
Did you not see this?
No, I don't remember because they didn't tell. If it was fuck, they didn't tell you the history of the fuck. Because I learned that from Robert Wool. The fuck comes from pluck you, the middle finger. because in medieval times, the longbowmen used their middle fingers to shoot the bow and arrows at the I think the French or the English.
Here's fuck. It's the introduction of Cage.
You, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. You want me to go trash your lines? You want me to fucking trash them? Then why are you trashing my scene? You are one ugly motherfucker. You have insulted me for the last fucking time. Fuck you. That's my name.
He does a bunch of movie quotes.
It's just movie quotes. That's what the show is. They don't really go into the history of anything.
They did. If you fast forward here, they kind of
a little bit. They don't go deeper. They don't really take you far enough. It's like
it's an entertainment show. It's not a history lesson, even though it's part of it's the title of the show.
Well, that's why I don't like it. I want learning. It
should be comedians you've never heard of and Sarah Silverman.
They win. They got me there.
Swear words.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also Jim Jeffries, who I like.
Yeah, he's in there for about 10
I wish
minutes.
he was in a lot more.
No,
he's way funnier than most of the people.
I couldn't tell you half of them were. I've heard of Nikki Glaser, but I've never seen her.
Yeah, I like Nikki Glaser.
Nikki Glaser's fine, but I've never Sarah Silverman, whatever. The other, I mean, there's like a bunch of sociologists. Or like, why? Why are we feminist study people? Like, why? It turns into this weird political thing, and it's just like, well, which one is it? Because like they go into the whole parental, the label on records about explicit material. Like they talk about that for an episode about how like, oh, cursing's a good thing, but then they go on this whole diatribe about how the word bitch is derogatory to women and we shouldn't use it. Only women should use it. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is supposed to be a show about the history of the swear word, not like if it's good or bad, or like, oh my god, society has turned it into a fuck all use. It's like, what? No, like,
only that one lady does that though. They bring in like a woman who fights for rights, and of course it's a
why like that's
I think this is it. It's all talking heads, so it's hard to find the clip I want to play.
That's the other thing. It's boring. It's just talking heads.
They do their best with putting in these animations in there. But this was one of the only times I laughed. It was Nick Offerman describing the word dick.
Yeah.
He talks about his wife, and he's like, "There's been some developments."
Yeah, my dick.
Can annoy someone with my penis, certainly. In a myriad of ways.
I don't think this is it.
Was one of the special skills on my resume right after tennis.
No, it wasn't him.
I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know. Oh, this must be weird.
Okay, yes, different words for dick, but that's not. Yeah, it's not what we're. That's not telling me the history of anything.
This lady is who I was talking about. She gets funnier as it goes on. She does.
Well, and then they talk about dick in the box, and like that's not really a moment of like, oh, the word is being used. It's just dick in the box.
I think it's this right here.
Yeah,
it's got to be. Yeah,
dick.
Yeah,
dick.
I would say my own use of the word dick, besides intimate exchanges in the bedroom with my wife, like, honey, are you interested in conducting business tonight with this dick? Hey, Megan, have you seen my dick lately? You should check it out. There's been some developments.
There's not that immediate.
He's got an add-on.
Genuinely funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I laughed. And I realized it's episode 4, and that's the first time I laughed.
Right. Yeah. It's just,
and I laughed one more time during the last episode, and it was some, like, I don't even remember what it was. It's because I watched the last episode the next day after work, and I was like,
you're just delirious.
I laughed. Oh, and it wasn't memorable at all. So it it's not that everyone's not funny. It's just,
well, it's just it doesn't really answer any questions. It just tells me something I already know. It's like I wanted to be taught something here. It's a show about the history of the swear words. Give me some history.
They try to do two things at once, and they don't work.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the talking head comedians, they should have had them in a room, a little circle around a table, and they just go. That would be way more entertaining.
And they jerk it.
And then the other thing they're trying to do is the history part, and that's where they fail the hardest. Is they kind of touch on it. I actually did like some of the historians of swear words.
Yeah, I mean, it was neat, but I want more of that. It's like, okay,
Yes.
tell me more. Like, go detail. I want to know more instead of telling me about, 2 live crew. It's like, well, okay, great, that happened, but I want to know the etymology. Like, I want to know about the whole point of the show is tell me what it means and what, historically speaking, the context and how it's kind of changed. They kind of get into that, but they don't really go into details.
They dip their toes.
They touch it, and then and then Nic Cage shows up and says, "Fuck that!" You're like, okay, Jesus.
I kind of also laughed when Nic Cage goes, he's. Oh, what was it?
He does something.
Was it during Bitch?
Maybe. I remember I laughed at Bitch when he said like, something with Bitch.
It could also be, he turns at the camera at the last second after doing a long speech.
Oh, no, he says Dick. It should be Nick.
There's that too.
Nick doesn't work with Dick. Dick works, but Nick could work too. Suck my Nick. Give me a Nick. Like, I don't know. Something like that.
Some of the bits go on a little too long.
Well, the funny thing is each show is like 20 minutes long.
It's this.
And some are less. Some are like 18 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I think is the longest. And that's it. Yeah, pussy.
It also could be a cat.
That.
Yeah.
I kind of laughed at that. Just his facial.
Right. Yeah. It's his delivery work.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's it. It's like, okay, I know that. Whatever. I don't know.
It needs to be 2 series.
Yeah.
One with just comedians, talking heads, VH1 style. One with Nic Cage hosting a history show.
Right. And just with Nic Cage.
Just Nic Cage.
Like he's the teacher. That's what I want to watch. Him being the teacher.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I did too.
But that's what it looks like.
Well,
all the images I saw was Nic Cage. I didn't see the talking heads nonstop.
Well, okay. So what this is, it's Funny or Die, right? Made it.
Yeah.
This should have came out on the internet in 2007. Like this feels like an old idea that they might have done in 2007, 2008, and then they just did it again here with Nic Cage and put it on Netflix. I feel like they've done this before, or this has been something that's been done before, and just like nobody cared. And I don't think anybody cared again because they didn't renew this for the second season, and Netflix kind of just dropped it, and no one's ever really promoted the show. Because I had to search for this fucking thing. It doesn't pop up on Netflix.
It does
not.
You
gotta like dig in to find it.
I had to type the entire word history.
Yeah.
And then of, and then it pops up.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, what else is on that history?
Yeah.
History O.
History of the world?
There is a Netflix. Netflix will put anything on there.
Yeah.
So much so that there is a 6-episode, I think it's 6 or 8 episodes of rice noodles. What can you talk about for 6 or 8 episodes about rice noodles?
My God. Well, they just canceled Dark. Did you see that?
No.
There's a Dark was like this new show that
yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 1888.
1899.
1899. The makers of the Dark did 1899, and they canceled after 1 season. So I get
it's expensive.
Netflix is in trouble if they've canceled that show after fucking 1 season. That's when you know you're in trouble. It ain't no way. And Wednesday, I guess they renewed it, but technically they don't own the rights to Wednesday. So any money that could be made off of Wednesday, I don't think Netflix can get it. They have to share it because I think it's owned by somebody else, which is why they didn't immediately say season 2 when Wednesday became like the biggest show of all time for Netflix, since fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. They have Psycho Wednesday.
Netflix lives and dies on those series that spark. They spark and then they're gone.
Yep.
Every once in a while, they have one that sticks around. Like they're going to wrap up Stranger Things next year.
Yep, that's it.
Cobra Kai is still going strong. They season 2 of Squid Game is going to fall off far.
I could give 2 shits about Cobra Kai. I just don't have any.
It's not good.
I have no everybody raves about it and says how amazing it is. I don't care.
I watched the 2
seasons.
Fucking
don't care. No.
Season 1 I didn't like, and everyone was like so good. And season 2 I kind of like some of it. And I'm like, oh, this isn't that bad. Maybe I'll get better. And I realized people hated that season compared to the first one. I go, all right, I got a feeling it's gonna.
So season 1 was YouTube, right? It was a YouTube show. Remember YouTube tried to be its own network and failed miserably, and everything they created, everybody else bought off because they had to do a fire sale.
Yeah, that was
lost
YouTube Red.
Yeah, YouTube Red, which was a disaster. Didn't even work. Ha ha! Fuck you, YouTube.
Fuck and you.
Fucking you. No pictures, you pinko bitch. That's not in the history of swear words.
What do we talk about?
Nic Cage looks like he's shooting the Magical Talent movie at the same time as this, or
Magical Talent,
whatever that movie's called.
Massive Talent.
Massive Talent. Yeah, he's got his.
He looks like he's doing a Just for Men hair product commercial.
He does,
because his beard and his hair. There's not a gray hair.
Oh no,
whatsoever. Look at the picture above your screen there.
Oh yeah, no, he's completely
black
youthful.
beard.
Yeah. Look at me, I'm beautiful. I don't have a stitch of gray. I'm 57 years old. Don't ask to see my balls. All gray.
You need to know he's got white hair. Like he has pictures where he'll just have flat out white hair.
Did you watch the trailer
for Reinhold?
Yeah.
No.
You gotta watch. You know what? Let's watch that. Let's talk about the. Put that
I don't
on
watch trailers.
No, just you don't want to watch it. You don't want to see. You don't want to see Nic Cage.
I don't watch trailers. Yeah,
because Nic Cage is barely in the trailer. He only shows up really at the end.
No,
but it's going to give you an idea of what they're trying to do with this movie. Because what do you think this movie's about?
No idea.
Do you think it's present day or period?
I could see it going either way. I assume it was going to be period, but I don't know.
It's not. It's modern day.
Okay.
Who do you think his sidekick is in the movie? He finds a person to have a sidekick time
Luis
with.
Guzman. I have no idea.
Close. It's a female. Who's the hot female of Asian descent who's hot right now?
Aquafina?
Aquafina.
Had to think. I'm like Maggie Q. She's
Aquafina's the co-star who's becoming friends with Reinhold, and he has to explain to her he has a weird job and he's working.
Does she play herself?
Pretty much, it's the same. In every movie she's in, she's the same character.
I like Aquafina.
That's fine.
She caught me off guard with how much I liked her.
Oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I'm Aquafina.
Well,
you work for a vampire. Oh my God.
My nephew wanted to go see what was that?
Oh, Shang-Chi.
No. Before that,
Crazy Rich Asians.
It was Jumanji 2, like the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, oh God, all right. She's in it. I'm like, I actually kind of like her. I don't know much about her. All I know is her name.
I didn't know she was in that. I didn't even watch that one. How was that one?
It was okay. I didn't see the first one, so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right, okay, because the first one was a big hit. Was a big hit.
Yeah. I saw the original, but I didn't see the first one with
Rock
the Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I love calling him that.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson. No,
What's my name, man? What's going on? I don't like Vin Diesel.
Why is he?
He doesn't matter.
He sounds just like almost like a Keanu Reeves sort of voice.
I don't like Vin Diesel. Rock the Johnson. Rock my
call him Vincent Diesel. He gets mad.
Vincent Diesel. He's not funny. He's annoying. I tried watching that Elvis Presley movie on HBO Max, and it was weird seeing Tom Hanks play a Dutchman because I didn't know that the Colonel was a Dutchman from Netherlands, and he tried to say that he was American. But he talks like this. Hello.
Who does?
The manager for Elvis.
Oh, okay.
Colonel Parker. I had no idea he was from Holland. He's from the Netherlands, and in the movie, it's Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks is doing a Dutch accent the whole time.
He's doing Goldfinger, essentially.
Basically, he's doing Goldmember. Yeah, he's doing. Oh, look at you, Gold! Oh, it's almost exactly that accent. Oh,
Elvis Presley. We haven't talked about history of swear words in a while.
Doesn't matter. Well, no, because again, it's annoying because they don't get into the details. Like that's what I wanted. And like I said, Robert Wool taught me the history of fuck you, where that came from. So I knew that, and they didn't even touch upon that. They didn't even bring that up. And that's the real history. And it's interesting. But I guess they were like, oh, we're not going to talk about that. I mean, well, but that's part of the deal. That's the fucking history of the word. So it's like you dismiss half the history. for me to hear that the Asian guy talk about his cock. Like, I mean, oh God, like I don't care. Like he's not funny. He's all denimed out too. Like, why'd you get Aquafina? You guys need to fill in the Asian quotient. Get Aquafina in this.
They had that one girl who I couldn't tell if she was Asian or not. She had the denim jacket.
Oh, right.
Over.
Yes.
She's kind of sitting there all slumped over with barrettes right here.
Yeah.
Isaiah Whitlock is on there and he does his wire thing with the she and the 58-minute thing.
Yeah.
That's the part where I was really thinking of VH1.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
It felt like one of those bits they do on those shows that are never funny. I didn't like this show that much. But it wasn't like you said earlier, they're all so short that you're kind of like, all right, so on the next one. Like I didn't realize I watched 5 episodes that one night, and I was like, oh, I only got one more.
Yeah, I binged it.
You can't be pissed at it.
No, I'm not pissed. I'm just
you. I'm just.
No, I know. I'm just. It's just the laziness bothered me. Maybe that's what it was.
It was like the inconsistencies for me.
Yeah.
Of the type of show they wanted to do, or maybe they did exactly what they're trying to do, and it just doesn't work. Because I think
that's
any of the ideas I pitched earlier would have made it better.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So where does this go on the overall Nic Cage board? Because I'm just curious.
I don't like wishy-washy. Do something or don't. That's all.
Well, that's the thing. Stick to it. If you're gonna do, oh wow, that's actually higher than I thought it would be.
It'll go there.
Yeah, quality of Cage. It beats out Willy Wonderland. Wow. Well, Prison of the Ghostland. Okay. Sunny, Trespass, Pay the Go. Yeah, no, you're right. 211.
He's not bad in this. It's just
211 is the lowest cage. Is one of the lowest cages. Look at that. Yeah, Season of the Witch. 211. They're kind of tied. Yeah, this is accurate. This is accurate. I can say this is scientifically found.
Oh, for the podcast listeners, quality of movie, I put it at 34, just below National Treasures, right above Cotton Club. Because I like I said, it's a quick watch, and you're not like, oh, and you're just kind of sitting there and not really laughing, but you're all like, when it would do the flashbacks, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, they already moved on, and they're talking about like Eazy-E now.
Oh man,
which is another thing they could do. It would be great. You have to get there first. They skip from 1640 to 1993 every fucking time.
Yeah, it's always like hip hop culture they bring up because bitch and pussy and dick is all part of that. But it's like, I don't know if they were for it or against it because they kind of go back and forth on that, saying like, oh, the words are terrible and hurtful to women, yet we want to say them.
It was mostly reclamation.
Reclamation, that's what they were saying. That was the key word that they kept repeating throughout the whole series. Reclamation.
Quality of Cage, I put it at 39, just below Vengeance, a Love Story, just above Looking Glass.
Now, what's Looking Glass?
Him and Robin Tunney of the hotel, or the motel.
Oh, right. Yes, that awful one about the okay. That was bad.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
It was bad, but Cage wasn't like atrocious in it. He's just kind of like, I'll stand here. You shoot the camera, and I'll stand here.
You wanted to impress Robin Tunney. I think you're pretty, so I want to act a little bit better with you around me.
I was hoping you could watch me do my craft.
My craft, me, my balls, my dick in your face.
I'm gonna set a record with my empire. That's another film. All right.
You ever see Ghost Rider?
What about your third movie that everyone knows?
Con Air.
Sorry, I got nothing.
Con Air. I'll say it one word. Con Air.
Con Air.
I said Craig Kinnear. Greg Kinnear. Greg Con Air.
I refuse to call it Con Air. I call it Convict Airways.
That's the original title of the script. I appreciated that.
That's what I signed on for.
I didn't like the changes. It's like that movie Ghost Ship. You ever hear that story? Everybody signed on for Ghost Ship. The script was one thing. They got on a plane to go shoot it in Australia. And as soon as they got off the plane, they read the new script. They said, "What the fuck is this?" And they couldn't get out of it because it was too late and they would have been sued. All the actors were like, "This is not what we signed up for. This sucks."
That should be illegal.
Oh, talk about like what the fuck. Like even Juliana Margulies was like saying, "I don't talk about this movie. I don't want it on my credits. Fuck this movie. They lied to me about this movie, and it was really frustrating." And that director has never directed again.
It's just Ghost Ship is a movie I finally watched, and I was like waiting for the worst thing ever, and I'm just like,
it was fine. It's just like, there's nothing to it. It's just boring. And I guess the original intent of the movie was it's going to be like Treasure of Sierra Madre, where the gold was on the ship, but it wasn't a ghost like monster hiding. It was about the crew killing each other for the gold. And they just got obsessed with the money, and it's about greed overtaking their friendships, and that's what it was more about. Was a psychological thriller, and they turned it into a ghost story, which made no sense. Because like that one guy shows up and he's like, "I'm always looking for the gold. I collect souls."
I honestly can't tell you anything other than Gabriel Byrne's in it.
Yeah, a lot of people are in it. A lot of character actors are in this movie. Is in Ghost Ship. Isaiah Washington.
Oh, really?
He's in it. He's the black guy. He's the first one to die.
You don't have to say he's the black guy. He is a black guy.
Well, he's the only black guy in the movie.
Oh, he plays the LL Cool J.
Yes,
that's
exactly right.
Deep Blue Sea.
Yes,
is he a parrot talking chef?
No, unfortunately, his character is actually pretty decent, but they make him the horny guy because he's like going to be engaged, and the ghost.
Oh, he did the
ghost woman kills him. She gets naked.
He played the Owen Wilson role.
Oh, and from The Haunting,
in Anaconda.
Oh, Anaconda. Sticks out that big.
He has a camera in Anaconda. He's like, do a little sex tape thing. She's like, shut up. I'm not sucking your dick in the jungle.
Right.
Like a bunch of all he does is a horny guy in 90s movies.
Hey, that's great. What's going on over here? I'm going to disappear in about 2010. I'm going to disappear forever. You're never going to see me again.
And then he tried to kill himself.
Yeah, that's right.
Where has he been?
I told you I disappeared. I'm gone. Took off.
Sorry, Owen.
He's gone.
Can I speak with Luke now?
Hi.
Love you, Luke.
Yeah, I was going out with Drew Bramer for a time.
Nobody cares about that, Luke.
I don't either. She's fat now.
Idiocracy. That's all that matters, man.
That's a good movie.
Right, you go back into hiding now.
All right, bye. I'm going to show up on a TV show on Netflix.
Is Ben Stiller around?
Well, I talk to Ben here and there. I need him to get me work again. I need to do Dodgeball 2. We need to get going on that.
I'm amazed there's not a Dodgeball 2. He's been doing he did commercials at last Super Bowl, the one before that, where they did the Dodgeball characters again.
Oh, did they? Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I think they said Vince Vaughn is in charge of that or something. They said like if Vince Vaughn has a good idea, they'll do it. He just hasn't come up with one.
Oh, really?
I don't know if he's kind of involved with that. He's just like, I don't really care either way. I think he just doesn't care.
Vince Vaughn seems like he's at that point of his career. He's just like, if I don't work, I don't work. I'll just He showed up in those commercials for Caesars.
Oh, did he?
Fitting around with all the Manning brothers.
Oh shit! So he's getting good. He's getting good money for those. Probably. He's just
all he does is go. That was kind of random. A bunch of little floating Caesars.
Well, he does that. I guess he has a comedy show. I think he has a residency in Vegas where he hosts a comedy like showcase. So he might be doing that, and he just doesn't give a shit. He might be making.
Seems like he's done.
He's probably making $5 million a year just being a host of a comedy show because he produces it, and I bet you that kills in Vegas every year. I bet you that's the only show that still sells in Vegas because Britney Spears ain't. I think she went fucking nuts and canceled a bunch of tours or whatever, a bunch of shows.
Well, she's not forced to anymore, so might as well.
Well, yeah, she's too busy taking naked pictures on Instagram.
I'm
free. I'm free. Why aren't you free to do some work, honey? Shut up. I'm free.
She can do whatever the hell she wants. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. She's fine. It's whatever.
As long as, She was doing things she didn't want to do because she had to. So she's gonna go crazy for a while.
Oh yeah,
I get it.
absolutely.
But it's not fun or crazy or I can't even segue properly. Fuck this show. It's just kind of boring. I didn't hate it. Like I gave it a 6. It's fine.
I'd say 6 is fine. Yeah, 6 is perfectly fine.
I did not like it. I'll say that. I wish they would have done it several different ways. It's just lackluster.
Yeah.
It has a 6.4 with 5,100 reviews.
That's about as good as it gets. I would agree with that score. That's all it deserves.
Nic Cage filmed all of his host segments for all 6 episodes of season 1 in one day. See how they're anticipating a season 2 there?
Yeah, that's not happening.
Season 1.
It ain't happening.
When you watch it, you kind of go, yeah, I see how they shot it one day.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Released January 5th, 2021, Netflix. On December 9th, 2020, it was announced Nic Cage would host an unscripted 6-episode series about history of swear words for Netflix. His segments are very scripted.
Yes, very much so.
They even have a production still where you see the teleprompter that Nic Cage is reading.
Well, what do you expect? You want me to memorize my lines for this shit? No. I'm too busy doing Pay the Ghost, too.
Nic Cage, this review says, Nic Cage is the only worthwhile part of the show. Just fast forward when he isn't talking.
I would agree 100%. Absolutely.
17 people found that helpful. 8 did not. I think that's the only review with a... Oh, no, there's 73 of them. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Funny. I'll just read the titles.
Okay.
2 out of 10, painfully unfunny. 2, meandering and boring. 7, what the heck.
I agree.
2 out of 10, great idea, terrible execution. There you go.
I agree. Absolutely. True. Yes, absolutely correct.
Okay, I'll read this guy's review, or this person, Muxza. For a show named History of Swear Words, you think that it would mostly consist of historical information with a little bit of comedy mixed in. Kind of like half as interesting for those who know. I guess that's the name of a show, Half as Interesting. Literally less than half of this sentence is literally less than half of an episode of an average episode is based on the history itself. Nic Cage and Nick Offerman are some of the few very good comedians featured in the series, which is overly very boring, dull, and repetitive, to be honest. I really dislike this show to the point where I was watching it at 1.5 speed just to get through it. That would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
5 out of 10, history in quotes of swear words. 5 out of 10, yawn. 3, another Netflix click boring show.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's a good one.
There's another accurate one. 4 out of 10, commentary of swear words.
Yes, very nice.
This one's 1 out of 10. All these negative ones are completely fair and accurate.
Yeah.
This one's 1 out of 10. Oh, look, celebrities giving examples of how swear words fit into a sentence.
Exactly. Corral. Beautifully spoken.
2 out of 10, boorish and long. 7 out of 10, a good, funny documentary. Wow.
Idiot.
2 out of 10, oh, come on.
Yeah, again.
7 out of 10, Nic Cage's first of many comebacks. There's spoilers involved with this one.
Well, I don't know how that's true.
How do you spoil this show?
Do they talk about the ending of Pay the Ghost? I mean, is that what happens? Oh, spoiler, I saved my daughter from the ghost.
No. 7 out of 10, Nic Cage makes it. 2 out of 10, history was the wrong word. 5 out of 10, Nic Cage. That's it.
Wow.
There's no K in Nic Cage, by the way.
No, there is not.
Every single person.
It is Nick. N-I-C-K is the other Nick in that movie. Unbearable lightness of talent or massive talent on my shoulders. What's the movie called? I always forget it. I don't remember the title of that movie at all. Unbelievable talent. What is it?
Unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yes, I cannot remember that title to save my life.
I have to put it together backward and then say it.
I cannot remember that title at all because I try to explain it. I try to get my dad to watch it. It's called Talent. I don't know, massive talent, something like that. It's worth watching. It's funny. Yeah, watch it.
This person had very different opinion on someone than I did because I had kind of a runner during this. 2 out of 10, London Hughes is insufferable.
London Hughes,
the British girl.
Oh, I didn't mind her. Like, she didn't bother me.
Yeah, I liked her.
I think she's insufferable.
4 out of 10, what a waste. 1 out of 10, bitches bitching around.
I would agree with that. Absolutely.
2 out of 10, baloney rigatoni.
I like it.
4 out of 10, just watch a George Carlin stand-up. I cannot disagree with that.
Absolutely. That's 100% accurate.
8 out of 10 educational. 5 out of 10 $, ampersand, percentage sign at symbol.
That must mean something.
5 out of 10 history of swear words. This is the title. 1 out of 10. Why was this made? That's the last one.
Yeah. Pretty good consensus of just like, huh? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why even do this?
I think it's stupid to give it a 1 out of 10.
No,
I don't think that's their honest opinion.
I think 6 out of 10 is perfully fine. That's
give it a 4 at worst, or 3 if you really, really hated everyone who avoid you. But 1 is just I don't believe that.
It's a bit much. 1 is reserved for like Pay the Ghost, but or Willy's Wonderland. They have to be really particularly bad movies.
I wanted more. This is the last thing I'll say, then we're out of here. I wanted a lot more Jim Jeffries, Nick Offerman, and Sarah Silverman.
Okay.
I like the other people, but I wanted more of them.
If this was 2002, that would have been the case.
Except Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
People wouldn't know who he was.
Nope. It would have been Megan Mullally instead.
Yeah. Megan Mullally was still working. It was working already. So, yeah, I would have enjoyed it more then. But let's get out of here. Our next episode will be January 27th. And we're doing Vampire's Kiss from 1988. Also, they don't have a copy of this because it's Netflix, so I can't own a copy. So I can't hold, for the first time in this series, I can't hold up a physical copy and go, this is the, like.
You don't have that one, huh?
It doesn't exist. You can't buy a copy of it.
There is no copy. There's no
physical media of this. I'm going to have to make my own case.
Wow.
So I have it because I have the stacks of the movies we've done. Over yonder.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
And nothing for this. There's no release, and there probably never will be because nobody gives a fuck about this. They're not going to print this.
I'm kind of shocked because that is considered like a cult movie.
No, I'm talking about this.
Oh, swear words. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about this.
Vampire's Kiss I got.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Vampire's Kiss.
No.
Didn't have a release. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. History.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
Vampire's Kiss I have the DVD. I don't have the Blu-ray, but
like I said before, this feels like it should be on YouTube. Like, this is an internet-made show that's on Netflix. That's why. It's like, would you have a DVD set of, which I would actually like to have, of Red Letter Media?
Yeah.
I'd buy that if they made those. I'd probably buy them.
I have a terrible looking copy of this movie, of Vampire's Kiss. Look.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's it. He looks like John Cusack from 1408.
They tried to make the box look like, Transylvania 6500 or like Once Bitten, Twice Shy.
Right.
Kind of like vampire comedies of the 80s.
It's a comedy, guys. Come on now.
And whoever owned this just scratched the shit out of it.
Guess he was so mad.
Like,
fuck this movie. Fuck it.
It's all fucked. Like the back is all fucked up.
Fuck you, Cage.
It's all fucked
like
up.
that. He just cut it with a razor after he cut his own throat.
Luckily, we got digital copy.
That's right.
Hey, we went 38 minutes. I can't believe we did it that long.
All right. Well, that's our power. We can do it.
There you go. There's no outro, so we'll play Nic Cage, the coke snorting thing again, and be out of here.
Sounds good to me.
Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Felix West.
Allegedly coke over there. Nick.